Today is a great example today of no focus, a great example today of poor execution, a great example today for preparation. You look at this football team, we're nowhere near where we should be. And for some reason, we sometimes think we have all the answers. We go win 3 games, and then we come out here today and don't play well at home. And that's just stems from the way we practice and the way we prepare all week. Go out there pregame today, I sit them in. And the reason why I sit this football team in, because I just saw it coming in complacency. A lot of times they hear so much being pat on the back, and in West Virginia win, and we can't handle that right now. This football team cannot handle winning, and today was a great example. You look at us defensively, they would allow them to take the ball the first drive, execute, go down and score. Offensively, we never was able to get in rhythm today at all. Then in the special teams, you get them stopped there in the fourth quarter, end up getting the ball fumbled, and then they were able to get the ball back and go and score. But we have a long ways to go, still a lot of work, still some games still out there. We still have to get better. And that's the only way this football team can do it. We're not very good right now. We do have to get better.
Is there anything that Pittsburgh did defensively to kind of keep you guys from getting into a group?
Oh no, the plays were there. We just didn't make the plays, and they were there to be made, and we just didn't execute. We're just lackadaisical. Guys weren't running routes right. We weren't running the ball right. We weren't blocking penalties. We get 2 chop blocks that we've never had chop blocks the whole season, and so the penalties end up hurting us.
You said you didn't feel like they practiced well all week, or didn't have the focus all week. You saw that.
Oh, you just tell by the way we practice, and the practice wasn't good. That's I think on Tuesday I started practice over again, and on Wednesday I started over again, and that just stems from you got the football team's not very mature. The football team that just can't handle winning.
Did you think it would be different this time? You mentioned that after Kentucky and getting ready for Marshall, the same thing happened. Did you think this time after a big one you had that focus?
But you would have thought it would be, and it just complacency sits in. The guys have heard all week about how well they played, and it just seeps into the program, and then those guys start feeling like that they, we did play well, so we're gonna go out here today and go beat a Pittsburgh team, which didn't happen.
Early, it seems like previously in key situations that Radcliffe would be backfield in punts. Was there any discussion about putting him back on that last one?
No, because Eli been filling punts the whole year, so we just went with who had been filling.
Will he continue to do that?
We'll look at that.
Despite of all this, you got to the point where you still shot in the fourth quarter. There's something about the sequence of events in the fourth quarter, and you had at least actually 2 that really had to get on.
Well, you get it back in the fourth quarter, and we get them stopped, so we're down 7, so we get it stopped, so we make them punt the ball, and then we end up not fielding the ball, so we fumble there. And then we still get them the 3rd down, and then run a quarterback draw for the touchdown, which we should have been able to stop the quarterback draw, and that's a touchdown. And then we come back and score, then we get the onside kick, and but what we want to do there is get the ball, just jump ball, just get the ball thrown, and to Chichester, get the ball thrown, and let him go and get it, but weren't able to get it off.
What's the players' reaction? Did you get the sense they get the message you're sending, or they just?
Well, you know what happens a lot, and it all goes back to your leadership. And if you don't have enough of the guys who are leaders within your program, then the message has to continue to come from the coaches. And that's the only way the message is going to be delivered. It has to be delivered through the coaches, and each coach needs to know that with his position group, that's the only way it's going to happen. He has to control his position group, and the message and he has to deliver the message.
What did you think of Teddy's game? He had the early interception, but he also had some good runs, and then it just hard to get any continuity, for a lot of the game.
Well, it's just not only Teddy, but the whole offense. We weren't able to run the football the way we wanted to with the blocking. We didn't do a good job of getting open with the receivers. Their defensive backs did a good job of covering us down, and we weren't able to get away from them. And then when that happens, then the quarterback has nowhere to throw the ball, and he's end up running a lot because of the coverage that they played, which was a man underneath, 2-man with 2 guys, 2 over the top. So, with that happening, we should have been able to make plays with our wide receivers.
Would you say that they controlled the line of scrimmage today?
I don't. Well, they did. Well, they ran the ball on defense, so they controlled it there. Well, they won the football game, so you would say they controlled it.
The 200 yards on the ground for Pitt, is that something they were doing, you were doing, or does that go back to the practice and the preparation?
And it's all about that. So what Pitt did, we had not worked on the whole. It's what we saw. It's what they worked on the whole week, and we just weren't making the plays. And you look at the one throw there. The quarterback takes the ball, fakes the dive play, then he takes the ball down line of scrimmage, and a guy comes out of coverage and he throws the ball to wide receiver for a big throw, when you should never leave coverage there. But we just didn't play smart today, and we didn't execute. We just weren't locked in. The focus wasn't there.
Against an offense, like, is it assignment defense? Is it read and react defense? I mean, is it?
Well, it's assignment because it's just like option games. So guys have to take care of their responsibility. Front seven had to control the line of scrimmage, and the secondary has to cover.
So with Big East on the line and senior day and a huge crowd, why wouldn't they be?
I wish I had that answer. I'm with you. I wish I had that answer.
It's not the
Everything the team going.
You had everything going for them, so you would think they would come out here and play.
Some of it just the youth. I mean, you're playing so many young guys.
Well, it's plus it's just guys just preparing. It's just like I said, our coaches. We just have to do a better job because we saw it in practice. So now we're coming into this game. So I get out there warm ups and guys are dropping balls. Guys are just just going through the motions. So I get them off the field. So hoping that would get their attention, that we would come back and bounce back and come and play.
What'd you tell them when you went back inside, Charles?
What I tell them, it wasn't very good. I just told them, we had to get focused and we had to, we had to be ready to go play.
Do you think the wind played a factor with Teddy in the passing game today?
Oh no, I don't. Because none of the throws are down the field. It was mostly underneath game, which you can, with the wind, you can throw the underneath game, which they were able to do, because there was no deep throws. The only deep one was the Ratcliffe there at the end.
Coach, you said some of the plays were there to be made and simply weren't made. Was this simply an off day by Teddy?
Well, it's not so much Teddy, off day, but offense. Because even though, the plays are there to be made, so, when the running backs holes are open, just go hit it. And the receivers just got to get out of coverage and go get open so that we can make those throws. One time I think we had Chichester open, he dropped one. We had some routes out there but even the one with, when we had Michael Leo, that crossing route, there's one guy to beat. The big one there, where the guy undercuts, where he tries to jump over the guy got chopped in there. There's him and Devontae standing there, and there's one guy to beat because his guy had actually got rubbed, so that would have been a big one there.
Can you rate Bellamy's performance, and with him being in there, did that kind of change things? Like I know a lot of times you guys leave the corners on the island and maybe use somebody else for more pressure. Did having him out there with his inexperience, did that mean that you couldn't maybe blitz more, couldn't bring more pressure?
No, we did the same thing with him there. Nothing changed our game with Bellamy there. He played man and he blitzed on himself. But no, the game didn't change because with Bellamy playing corner.
What did you have team come into the game that you thought wasn't ready like you did today, and then you took them in and actually reversed that? I mean, can that happen? I've heard coaches say once they approach a game like that, it's impossible to get it back.
Well, today, when you have youth, it is impossible. When you have a very mature team, we don't have a team that's used to winning. You can't get it back. Those teams that used to winning, they know when they came in, they had to get their focus back. Now, guys, let's just go play. But you just got to be able to handle winning, which we're not able to do right now.
What's the status of Bushell and Robinson, and do you expect them to be back next week?
Oh, they'll be back next week.